Hello everyone, welcome back to a video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Dolphins all 22 footage against the San Francisco 49ers to figure out what went wrong in this game. And as you will see once we look at it, you will see that there's a few key mistakes that they made that could have really changed the outcome of this game. There we see the Tua's long touchdown to River Craycraft, or to Trent Sherfield. This is just a great play. He kind of runs untouched. No doubt about this one. It's really cool to watch it on this footage just to see it. He throws it into a nice tight window, and then Trent Sherfield was able to just run through it and keep on going. As we move on in this game, Tua's stat line was he was 18 for 33, 54.6% completion, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Final score ended up being 33-17, but Niners scored late, so don't look too much into the score. Tua missed a lot of throws in this game. He started out with some incompletions early. A throw like that is something you expect him to make, just adds a foot of air to the ball. It gets over the defender. This is the first game where we saw the Niners really start to figure out this defense by dropping linebackers deep. You see Fred Warner with the pass breakup there. And that was kind of the key for a lot of it, but there's a lot of missed throws that the Dolphins made, like just stuff like that you'd expect them to make, or if Tua can scramble and take the yards there, puts up better situations moving forward. There's another throw right there that's just uncharacteristic of Tua. As you can see, he had a man. He just made a low throw. Jalen Waddle was, I wouldn't say wide open, but is comfortable throw for an NFL quarterback to make. It's just something that it needs to be hit. Here's a deep shot, another one to Jalen Waddle that you expect the Dolphins to make. The Niners make this much more difficult. As you can see, look at the linebackers drop back. Fred Warner almost gets into that zone and has to make Tua add some more air to the ball, and he almost overthrows it, leading to an interception like we saw against Green Bay, but the same thing happened. Here we have a completion to Durham Smythe over the middle. This is a throw they've made countless times to Smythe or Gesicki. Just sneak the tight end in between your linebackers because they're so focused on your speedy receivers. That's the beauty of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And here's just another throw that needs to be made that unfortunately just Tua wasn't on this game. There's Tyreek Hill making a nice catch. It's worth noting that Tua does not play well in San Francisco. This was the site of the NCAA championship in the game which he lost, throwing a pick six on his first pass against the Clemson Tigers. So I don't know how much that goes into it, but I'm sure it was definitely something into his mind. Here's a completion to Tyreek Hill. A lot of those, as we've seen across the season. Just a nice throw through the zone, something that the Dolphins do a ton of times throughout the season. As this game went on, they just missed short passes, and then later on we'll see Tua would make the wrong throw, or you'd have a small miss on a play on plays that could have been touchdowns. Because they had a couple of plays where if everybody did what they were supposed to do, the ball was in the right spot, and the receiver ran the right spot, they would have had more 70-yard touchdowns like they had to start the game. And then stuff like that happens on a drive where they end up throwing a pick, and San Francisco gets the ball inside Miami territory, but instead you get a 60-yard touchdown or a 50-yard play, and then you get chased down by a safety at the end of it. It completely changes the game here. Here you can see Jalen Waddle is open. Let's take another look at that. Watch Jalen Waddle on the top here. Tua hits the check down, but look at that space Jalen Waddle has. That's probably a touchdown. If Tua can spot it, we see Jalen Waddle running wide open. And you see the space, he's got that's about 7 yards of separation there, 5 yards of separation behind the guy that was guarding him, but you just get over this guy, he's easily walking the touchdown. So those are just the types of throws that this one didn't hurt as bad because it didn't lead to an interception, but you end up getting sacked and have to take a field goal when instead that could clearly have been a touchdown. Here's another throw. I believe this was third down, if I'm remembering correctly. He's looking for Waddle here, but if you see Tyreek on the other side, he's got some space, and this ball's just thrown out of bounds. This is the big one. This wheel route to Jeff Wilson. Let's take another look at it. He has so much space there. If he catches that ball, there is nobody in front of him. Watch it from this angle again. Jeff Wilson on the bottom here. He's running a halfback wheel route, completely beats his linebacker, Tua throws it when he needs to. He sees that this guy's running forward, this guy's running towards Tua, this guy's running away from Tua, so he's just got to loft it up into this space down here, and that's exactly what he does. But what it looks like to me is Jeff Wilson never really gets out to the sideline. You see these halfback wheel routes as being run on the sideline to give you more space from anybody else, but as you see, if he catches this ball in stride here, like if he was a couple feet down that way, you'll see it from the other angle. But if he gets it here, he's got so much space. It's a foot race between him, and I'm going to take Jeff Wilson on that one, given he's got a decent head start. Take a look at it from the side angle here. It really looks like to me that Jeff Wilson should have been a bit deeper. You see Tua throws it. See where Jeff Wilson is. He's clearly open. This is a good throw by Tua because this is a recognition of you have to release the ball well before your receiver is open. You just have to see that he's running one way and the other guy is running the opposite direction. Loft it up for him. There's no safety help. And if Jeff Wilson's a bit over, like I feel like he should be, I don't know how the Dolphins are calling it, but from watching halfback wheels and all the football I've seen, I feel like that's a route where you just keep kind of moving it towards the sideline, because once you get to the sideline, the ball is thrown. It's a lot easier to adjust in than out, and Jeff Wilson just can't make the catch. But as you see, there is nothing. That's at least 20 yards of him running after the catch, if not more, and that could have been a huge play leading to a touchdown. But instead, this drive kind of just simmers out for the Dolphins, and they don't get anything. Here's another one. You see that he's throwing to his third option over the middle. Watch Tyreek Hill. He ends up throwing an out route down here. This was on, I believe, 3rd and 10 after missing the Jeff Wilson throw. He wants this out route. This guy's going to run up and out toward the sticks. But watch Tyreek right here over the middle. He doesn't even look, and Tyreek Hill is, not only is he wide open, but he's going to catch this ball and be running this way with one guy to beat. And if we're going to be honest, we're going to take Tyreek Hill to win that 1-on-1 pretty much every time. You see the ball goes out wide. Tyreek has so much space. Maybe if he doesn't break it, it's a gain of 20, but it's probably a gain of 20 at the least if that's ball there. Tua didn't even see it. Those are the big mistakes that they really just couldn't miss this game. And then they did. Not only did they miss plays like that, they messed up the ones where they did see it, like the Jeff Wilson throw. So back to back, you have two potential huge plays. One, we'll call it a wrong route from Jeff Wilson. You can't really blame Tua on that because of how early he throws it, but the Tyreek Hill one, that has to be thrown there. You have to see your number one target on that. And then just throws like this to Tyreek, that's a decent look. It's just got to be executed better. It's the right throw. It's the throw that the Dolphins have been doing all year. Good pass protection. He throws it over the first layer defenders, but he's just too high for the second layer. This happens a lot. We see Tyreek and Waddle have to make really impressive leaping catches, and then this leads to a sack and your drive's over because you missed some plays. So these things are kind of frustrating to watch back on it if you're a Dolphins fan, if you were rooting for them in that game. But it's good to see that they had the options, because this is against the number one defense in the NFC, and they've had multiple plays. They had one play where they had a huge break for a touchdown, and they're having multiple more plays where they could have had more breaks for long touchdowns. And they were still in this game. Their defense played well enough against Brock Purdy to keep them in the game, and they had chances. They see a couple other good throws from Tua here to Tyreek, and they kept them alive, and then they just weren't able to get it done. They throws like that as just stuff that they have to make, but instead that really seals it for you. Like, if you can't make that throw and it leads to a pick, that's going to be the ball game. Just Tua misses completely, and Tyreek tips it right to his defender. Sets up a San Francisco drive inside the 30-yard line of Miami, and that's really to the point where you really can't come back from that. But it's just simple mistakes that they missed, and unfortunately that's